three legendary Mercedes engines, all with serious miles on them. The OM617, a diesel people have called indestructible for 50 years. The M113, a V8, that quietly became one of the most dependable gas engines Mercedes ever made. And the M156, the AMG-built 6.2-liter that sounds like a race car and drives like one. Here's what nobody tells you. One of these will hit 200,000 miles and barely ask for anything. One will get there, but it'll cost you in time, money, and constant attention. And one, the most impressive on paper, has a design flaw that can kill the entire engine before it even gets close. We dug into the engineering, the real ownership data, and the failure patterns on all three. By the end, you'll know exactly which one is a lifetime engine and which ones will drain your wallet trying. The OM617, the diesel legend. Let's start with the one that has the biggest reputation, the OM617. This engine was introduced in 1974, and it was genuinely ahead of its time. Mercedes built it as an inline 5-cylinder diesel, a configuration designed to give you the structural rigidity of a 6 without the extra weight and packaging problems that came with it. Everything about this engine was built to last. The block and the cylinder head are both cast iron. Not aluminum, not a composite solid cast iron. That matters because cast iron handles heat cycles differently than aluminum. It expands and contracts at a much more consistent rate, which means you're not fighting head gasket failures the way you would with mixed materials under extended load. The valve train runs a single overhead camshaft operating the valves via mechanical rocker arms, driven by a duplex roller timing chain. Fuel delivery is handled by an indirect injection system with a mechanically governed Bosch inline injection pump. And here's the part that a lot of people appreciate about this engine. That mechanical injection pump operates completely independently of any electronic control unit. There is no ECU telling it what to do, it just runs. The turbocharged variant, the OM617A, debuted in 1978 in the W116 300 SD. That was the world's first production turbo diesel sedan. Mercedes added sodium-filled exhaust valve stems for better heat dissipation and oil jets at the base of the block to cool the piston crowns. These were serious engineering decisions, not marketing features. To give you an idea of how strong this engine's foundation is, the experimental version used in Mercedes's C111 test vehicles produced over 190 horsepower and broke multiple world speed and endurance records. That's the same basic architecture sitting in a W123 or W116 that someone's daily driving today. So why isn't it the winner? Before we get into why it's not, if you want a more in-depth look into how your BMW or Mercedes can last 100,000, 200,000, or even 300,000 miles, these ebooks reveal the exact maintenance secrets and brand-specific strategies that every BMW or Mercedes owner should know. If you want to check them out, the link is down in the description below. Because getting to 200,000 miles on an OM617 is not a passive experience. This engine demands your attention on a regular basis. The biggest risk is the vacuum pump. The oil-lubricated mechanical vacuum pump is driven by a roller follower that rides on a cam track on the injection pump timing device. Over time, the open cage bearings on that roller follower wear down, fatigue, and eventually collapse. When that bearing lets go, it sheds metal debris directly into the timing chain assembly and the oil pan. That debris jams the sprockets, breaks the timing chain, cracks the camshaft bearing towers, and causes immediate valve-to-piston contact. That is a catastrophic engine failure, and it happens fast. There's also the intermediate shaft that connects the injection pump and the vacuum pump. At high mileage, that shaft develops excessive longitudinal end play. It starts to shuttle back and forth, which misaligns the roller follower on the vacuum pump and accelerates the bearing failure we just talked about. On top of that, the mechanical rocker arms on this engine do not self-adjust. The valve clearances have to be manually set. Over time, the valve seats wear and the valves recede into the head, which causes the clearance to shrink toward zero. When that happens, the valves can't fully close. You get compression loss, rough cold starts, and eventually burnt valve faces or broken valve tips. To keep this engine healthy, you need to pull the valve cover every 15,000 miles and manually adjust the clearances with a set of bent wrenches. You need to replace or rebuild the vacuum pump every 60,000 miles and check the intermediate shaft end play while you're in there. You need to monitor timing chain stretch by aligning the camshaft timing marks and reading the crankshaft damper degrees. If stretch exceeds 5 degrees of crankshaft rotation, you're putting in a new chain. The OM617 is also surrounded by an extensive vacuum network that controls the engine shutoff, climate control, door locks, and automatic transmission shift timing. As the rubber fittings age, they crack and leak. Tracking down vacuum leaks on one of these is a real exercise in patience. This engine can absolutely reach 200,000 miles and keep going well beyond that, but it requires consistent, hands-on mechanical attention. If you're the kind of person who enjoys wrenching and wants a simple mechanical engine you can work on yourself, the OM617 rewards that. If you want something you can just drive, it's going to frustrate you. The M156, the high-performance problem child. Now, let's talk about the M156. This is the engine that gets people excited, and for good reason. Introduced in 2006, the M156 is a naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8, designed entirely in-house by AMG. The man behind it was Bernd Ramler, who also worked on the Porsche Carrera GT engine. That tells you everything about the performance pedigree here. The block is a high-strength silicon aluminum alloy with a rigid closed-deck bed plate design. Instead of traditional cylinder liners, the bores use a twin-wire arc spray coating, a process where the bores are roughened with a high-pressure water jet and then coated with molten metal via plasma arc. The result is a surface that is twice as hard as conventional cast iron. The block itself is genuinely impressive engineering. The engine runs a dual overhead camshaft setup per cylinder bank, with 4 valves per cylinder, 32 valves total, operated by direct-acting bucket lifters. It has continuous high-speed variable camshaft phasers and a dual-length variable intake manifold made from magnesium alloy. With a high compression ratio and a rev limit that most naturally aspirated V8s can't touch, this engine is a serious piece of machinery. But here's where it gets complicated. The M156 has several critical design flaws that can destroy the engine, and some of them show up well before 200,000 miles. The most serious issue involves the cylinder head bolts on engines produced before 2011, specifically those with an engine serial number below 60-0600658. The original head bolts use a Torx head design that is prone to stress corrosion and stretching. The head of the bolt can snap off entirely. When that happens, you lose clamping pressure on the head gasket, coolant leaks into the combustion chambers, and when you go to start the engine, you get hydrostatic lock. The engine tries to compress liquid, which it cannot do, and the result is bent connecting rods and a destroyed block. That is not a 200,000-mile problem. That can happen at 60,000 miles. It has happened at 60,000 miles. The valve train is another serious concern. The camshaft lobes on the M156 are made from a cast iron alloy that is too soft for the valve spring rates this engine runs. At the same time, the hydraulic bucket lifters have a thin, low-friction coating that wears through over time. What you end up with is metal-on-metal contact between the cam lobes and the lifters. The lobes wear down to a circular profile. The lifters develop holes. This issue gets significantly worse if oil changes are stretched out or if low viscosity oils are used. The variable valve timing adjusters are also a known failure point. The internal locking pin gouges the soft steel locking plates inside the phasers over time. When the phaser fails to lock at idle, you get a severe rapid rattling on cold starts and timing correlation codes. Then there's the intake manifold. The center mounting plate inside the magnesium dual-length intake manifold deteriorates from acidic oil vapors coming through the PCV system. That introduces unmetered air into the engine, causing lean codes, misfires, and an erratic idle. To give this engine a real shot at 200,000 miles, you're looking at replacing the head bolts before they fail, either one at a time with updated OEM bolts using an E14 socket, or the proper way with ARP or tool steel head studs, which means pulling the cylinder heads, machining the deck surfaces, and installing new multi-layer steel head gaskets. You're looking at upgraded hardened camshafts and lifters. You're looking at aftermarket camshaft adjuster lock plates from companies like 63 Motorsports. And you need to be running a high-quality synthetic oil with elevated zinc content, specifically ZDDP, changed every 5,000 miles or less. A full top-end rebuild on an M156 at an independent shop can run several $1,000s. And that's before you factor in the camshaft and lifter replacement, which is its own significant job. The M156 is a thrilling engine. It sounds incredible, it pulls hard, and the engineering behind the block itself is genuinely advanced. But it is a high-strung, high-maintenance power plant that requires serious financial commitment to keep alive at high mileage. It is the most expensive and most difficult of the three to get to 200,000 miles. The M113, the one that just runs. Now, let's talk about the engine that wins this comparison, and it's not even particularly close. The M113 V8 debuted in September 1997. Mercedes developed it to replace the heavier, more complex double overhead camshaft V8 that came before it. And what they built was something that, in hindsight, might be the most reliable gasoline V8 Mercedes has ever produced. The block is an all-aluminum design utilizing the Alusil process. This premium, hyper-eutectic aluminum silicon alloy creates linerless cylinder walls with exposed, ultra-hard silicon particles on the bore surface. Those particles resist friction and wear at a level that easily rivals traditional iron liners. Alusil is incredibly robust, and it's the reason why the M113 is famous for having virtually zero issues with cylinder bore scoring, unlike later Mercedes engines that transition to the cheaper Silitech or Locasil processes. The alloy is approximately 78% aluminum and 17% silicon. It handles heat well, it's lightweight, and it does not score the way some other aluminum bore engines can, as long as you're keeping up with oil changes. The valve train runs a single overhead camshaft per cylinder bank, with 3 valves per cylinder, 2 intake, 1 larger exhaust. That layout was specifically designed to accommodate a twin-spark ignition system, which fires 2 spark plugs per cylinder in a staggered sequence. The result is more complete combustion, less stress on the piston rings and bearings, and a cleaner burn overall. Naturally aspirated variants came in 4.3-liter, 5-liter, and 5.5-liter displacements. Compression ratios are conservative. The redline is moderate. This engine is not being pushed hard in daily driving. It operates in a low-stress state almost all the time, which is exactly what you want in an engine you're trying to run for 200,000 miles and beyond. The hydraulic self-adjusting lifters mean you never have to manually set valve clearances. The duplex roller timing chain is built to outlast the vehicle in most cases. The core of this engine, if you give it regular oil changes with the right synthetic lubricant and keep the coolant fresh, will run without requiring any mechanical disassembly. Now, the M113 is not without its issues. But here's the key difference. Every problem this engine has is peripheral. None of them touch the core. Early M113 engines from 1998 to 2000 had harmonic balancers made by Freudenberg. The rubber dampening ring between the inner hub and outer belt pulley degrades over time. The outer pulley can wobble, shift, and slide off the hub, where it can slice into the aluminum front timing cover or oil pan. If your engine has one of the affected part numbers, replace it immediately with the updated OEM part. It's a straightforward job. The crankshaft position sensor Mounted to the rear of the block is another common high-mileage failure. The internal copper windings develop micro cracks from hundreds of heat cycles. When the engine reaches full operating temperature, those cracks expand and the sensor loses its signal to the ECU. The engine stalls and won't restart until it cools down. And it often doesn't store a diagnostic trouble code, which makes it tricky to diagnose if you don't know what you're looking for. The nylon timing chain guides become brittle with age and heat cycling, which can cause a cold start rattle. The magnesium valve covers and oil cooler adapter housing gaskets harden and leak over time, allowing oil to seep onto hot exhaust components. All of these are real issues, but look at what they are: a sensor, a gasket, a balancer, a guide. None of them require you to pull the engine apart. None of them are going to bend a connecting rod or score a cylinder wall. You fix them with basic tools and reasonable parts costs. The M113 also benefits from one of the most dependable automatic transmissions Mercedes ever paired with an engine. Early factory literature claimed the transmission was filled for life. That's not accurate, and you should change the fluid and filter every 40,000 miles or so. But keep it serviced, and that drivetrain combination is virtually indestructible. So here's where we land after putting all three of these engines under the microscope. The OM617 is a proven, rugged diesel that can run forever, but it demands constant manual attention and rewards only those willing to wrench on it regularly. The M156 is a brilliant, high-performance engine with a block built to last, but surrounded by design flaws that can destroy it before it ever reaches 200,000 miles without serious preventative investment. The M113 is the clear winner. It's dependable, low maintenance, and built with conservative engineering that keeps the internals healthy for the long haul. Give it clean oil and fresh coolant, address the peripheral issues as they come up, and this engine will outlast almost anything else on the road. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.